What not to say to people that are struggling with anxiety. My name is Eric. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I'm diagnosed with ADHD, PTSD, GAD, and MDD. Those are my diagnoses. I take medication. I see a therapist. I'm a recovering cocaine and alcoholic addict. And I also lost a wife and a father to suicide. It's my passion to share all the experiences, tools, and resources I can to help anybody out there struggling, because I've been there. I mean, this video here is about what not to say to people with anxiety. I'm diagnosed with GAD. It's General Anxiety Disorder. There's a big difference and there's a big stigma even when it comes to anxiety. A lot of people mistake it for being anxious or mistake it for being stressed or sad. That's not necessarily what anxiety is. It is a massive, overwhelming just feeling of fear, thoughts of fear. That's what an anxiety attack is even. It's a buildup of our thoughts to the point that we don't even feel like we're here. We're literally trapped in our thoughts. What you say to somebody going through anxiety can dictate a lot of how their day goes, of how much they start to reach out and seek help. And it also can dictate friendships can be ruined by it, families can be ruined by it. I mean, there's a lot that can be ruined by saying the wrong things to people that do struggle with anxiety. So here's some of the things don't say to people that are struggling with anxiety. The first one, calm down. If you see us going through an anxiety attack, sometimes we want to give that tough love and, hey, just calm down. No. We don't just calm down. It's not a matter of calming down or trying to chill or trying to relax. We're working through shit in our brain, and if you really want to make a difference, if you see us going through an anxiety attack, instead of saying calm down, which is most likely going to even carry on the anxiety attack, make us freak out even more, offer and help with grounding techniques. That's one of the best things that you can do. Telling somebody to calm down? No. Another one is it's all in your head. Well, no doubt. That's what anxiety is. It's literally lost in our thoughts of our fears. It's not though just all in our head. It encompasses our life. It dictates what we do in life, all the way to the point of agoraphobia as a form of anxiety that you don't even leave the house because of the impending doom. It's okay. That support is okay. Telling somebody it's all in their head, all that does is make us shut down, make us isolate. We don't want to be around you if you're going to say stuff like that to us. Another one, it's not a big deal. Yeah, it is. Have you ever thrown up from anxiety because it's gotten too much that you're literally throwing up? It can be a big deal, and to us it is. That understanding is so important. Trying to tough love us through it or push us through it or fix us. I can guarantee you this, saying lines like this isn't going to help fix somebody. We don't need fixing. We're not broken. We're not damaged. We're fighting a battle that maybe you can't see. But saying stuff like this is only going to make us shut down. We're not going to share or even sometimes seek help because of what people say to us. That's how much it is that we feel that we're a burden, that we don't matter, that we're invisible, that we're just weighing on other people. We don't want to even talk about our problems because we're going to even bring them down even further. No. What you say to us impacts us, and you've got to remember that. Another one is take a walk. Okay. Thanks. I'm going to take a walk and not come back. How about that? I mean, that's essentially what we take it as. I get it. There are different coping techniques. If you want us to get outside or you want to help change our environment, take a walk with us. Don't tell us to go take a walk. Come on. I mean, these are more damaging than what you could ever imagine. A lot of times, all it takes is saying one of these things to not have us in your life anymore or to even have us ever open up to you again. Everything will be fine. That's a great one. Everything will be fine. We know that in a sense, but at the time we don't feel that way. That's not what it's about. It's not that's not a positive reinforcement of what we're going through. That is actually a very negative reinforcement. In a sense, we feel stupid. We feel dumb because now all of a sudden we look at what we're going through and we're like, oh, we're stupid. Nobody understands me. I'm alone on this. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to share about it. And again, these are things that make us shut down. I know how you feel. Do you really? No, you don't. And I never even say I know how you feel with somebody when it comes to anxiety. I'll tell them things like, you know what, I've been there before in different ways. You know, how are you feeling right now? Have you tried any grounding? I mean, mine is to the point even that I have shirts where the little tags here are torn out because I use that as a coping technique to rub the tags inside my shirt. I mean, that's what anxiety really is. I mean, we alter sometimes even the clothes that we wear based around our anxiety. So telling us that you know how we feel, yeah, we're not going to get that right connection there at all. Have a drink. Oh, man, just have a drink, chill, relax, have a drink. Yeah, I'm a recovering alcoholic. It doesn't work that way. In fact, a lot of times when we do struggle with mental illness, dependency on alcohol, on drugs is there. Sometimes we try to self-medicate. Telling us to have a drink to just calm down, chill, and relax definitely shows us that no, you don't understand. It's not a healthy coping technique. It does no benefit at all for us. So going and having a drink, some of us can't even do that. One of my favorites. Others have it worse than you. No shit. Others have it worse than me. I know they do. At that time, though, it doesn't feel like that. And that is not going to do anything to help me through an anxiety attack or help me out that front door or help motivate me and push me to go into that store. To know that others, to say that others have it worse, all it does is not recognize or acknowledge the shit that I'm going through. I mean, that's the ultimate blow off that you don't understand what I'm going through, that telling me that others have it worse. It shows that there's zero understanding of what I've been through and what I'm going through. So why am I even going to share with you? Why am I even going to talk to you? Again, these are all terms that get us to shut down. And you wonder why a lot of times when it comes to anxiety, people don't talk about it. These are things that we are told sometimes on a daily basis. And the damage that they do to us mentally, you don't see because it's all in here. Try yoga or meditation. Okay, downward facing dog doesn't fix my anxiety attack. It doesn't fix my anxiety. Trying to meditate when you're going through an anxiety attack, yeah, that doesn't happen. Now, these are things that people will say, I believe. And again, I'm not being a doctor or counselor diagnosing anyone, but I think these are things that people will say because there are studies that do show that, yeah, if you do yoga, if you exercise, you work out, it does help with anxiety. But this, you telling us this, like, please, come on, you're not our doctor. Don't try and fix us. This is not a real solution, especially at the time when anxiety is at its peak. This does nothing for us. And again, a lot of times when you say this, if we're going through an anxiety attack, it will extend the anxiety attack because we freak out, panic even more. So saying this will actually hurt us a lot more. And you can even physically watch it hurt us more if we're in the middle of an anxiety attack. And this is the type of stuff that we're being told to try and calm us down or to try and ground us. It doesn't work. That's not tough love. Tell me what's wrong. Well, I would if I could. I would if I could. That's the challenge when it comes to anxiety, is a lot of times it's hard enough for us to even understand what's going on, to comprehend what's going on, especially if we disassociate, which is literally being lost into our thoughts and our feelings, and we're not here in the present to try and explain what's going on. We're trying to understand what's going on. So it's not one of those things that we can just sit here and be like, hey, guess what? So this is exactly what's going on in my brain right now. Hold on. Anxiety, everything, take a break for a second. Let me explain to you what's going on. No, doesn't work. These, again, get us recessed back into our thoughts. Here we go again. I've been told this one. That's probably the most difficult, hurting one I've ever heard, is here we go again. Because it's not something that we want to do. This isn't something that we're doing to seek attention. In fact, we don't want attention when it's going through this. This is something that is the most, I feel, degrading, that's like the trump card if you really want to hurt somebody. And it's not right. It really shows no understanding. And that's one of those things that I've cut people out of my life that have said that to me. Because I don't need that. I'd rather have the support. I'd rather have the urging. I'd rather have, the help going to therapy, making sure that I take my medication, that kind of support, than somebody telling me, oh, here we go again. No. Extremely, extremely, extremely damaging. I mean, you got to remember the words that you use can have more of an impact than you could ever, ever, ever imagine. The last one, I'm stressed too. Well, this isn't all because of stress. Now, there are sometimes underlying factors of stress that help bring it on. But you saying that you're stressed too, yeah, we're not relating. Again, it shows that you don't understand what I'm going through. Shows that you don't care. Shows that you haven't taken the time to learn what anxiety is. I can tell you this, if you're in a relationship or in a friendship with somebody that struggles with anxiety, the best things that you can do is, one, know grounding techniques to help them ground themselves, to help it when the anxiety gets too much, that you have warheads or something that they can pop into their mouth on hand. You have a fidget spinner on hand. You can help them with their breathing. That does a huge, huge, huge benefit to us. Another one is urging us to see a therapist, especially when it comes to anxiety, or reminding us to take our meds. when we're going through this, just smiling and being next to us. That's what makes a difference. It's listening to listen, not listening to respond. And if you think you're going to fix us, you're not. You're not our therapist. You're not our doctor. But you can be our friend. You can be our partner. And that involves listening. And that involves sometimes not doing anything at all, but just being there with us. That's what makes a difference. And you can make a huge difference in the lives of people that are struggling with anxiety. You really can by just doing that, because so many times when we're going through this, we feel alone. That's one of the challenges when it comes to mental illness, is we feel alone. Even though 1 in 4 people struggle with mental illness, we feel alone. But you can change that. So don't forget that. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, hit the like and subscribe button. Comment down below. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Again, my whole channel is all about awareness, coping tools, help, just making sure that nobody goes through it alone. In the description down below, I have links to all my different social media. I even have links to things on Amazon that I use, like fidget cubes, fidget spinners, things that help me with my anxiety. I even have links down below to BetterHelp if you want to try online therapy. It can even help with agoraphobia. It can help with some of these challenges where we know we need therapists, but we can't make it out that door. Again, it's trial and error to find out what works for you. What works for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me, but the more that we share, the more that we help others. And we got to remember that. It's about helping others, and when we help others, we help ourselves too. So hit that like and subscribe button, comment down below, and remember that you're a BAMF. You're a badass motherfucker. You've made it through 100% of your worst days to make it through 2 today, and we got this.